Hey guys, it's Mike here again with Viper Paranormal, and today we're going to be discussing battery drains. Now battery drains are pretty self-explanatory. You're out, you're using your equipment, and suddenly your brand new or newly charged battery drains of most or all of its juice. Now if you watch the paranormal or ghost hunting television shows, you're probably going to attribute that to a ghost or spirit trying to use the energy to manifest or perform something that you've asked them to do. But the problem is there are several other reasons that you could be experiencing this, and the ghost hunting shows neglect to mention that. The first thing we're going to talk about is the piece of equipment itself. Now, if you're using a piece of old equipment or a piece of equipment that's been used a lot or it's been abused and thrown around, it is a good possibility that you may be able to attribute this battery drain to a defect or a malfunction in the piece of equipment itself. And what I mean by this is when you put a battery in, generally you're going to get a reading of how much battery juice that battery contains or how many minutes you have left. And if you have a defect or there's something wrong with this function, then it is possible that you're getting a false reading. So it may be just a case of you need to replace the equipment because the equipment is giving you false battery level readings. Okay guys, now let's talk about regular or non-rechargeable batteries. Now you may have heard me say this before, but you never want to use cheap dollar store batteries in your equipment. Your equipment is only as good as the batteries that you put in it. So I would advise using Duracell or Energizer or a good battery like that. When you get these cheap batteries, I've actually bought cheap batteries that I've opened the pack and put them in my equipment and the batteries wouldn't work at all, or they come half charged and they discharge all of their juice really quickly. And these batteries are crap. Don't put them in your stuff. Don't use them. Use the good batteries. You want to make sure the batteries aren't expired because batteries are only made to last so long. And even if you've got the good batteries, the Energizers or Duracells, the fact is, if they're old and expired, you may be losing a lot of the energy, and this could possibly result in a misconstrued battery drain. Now let's talk a little bit about rechargeable batteries. And most of your equipment that you're going to be using on investigations does have rechargeable batteries. If you're interested in buying more rechargeable batteries for your device, make sure you're ordering them straight from the manufacturer, or you've got batteries that are specifically designed for this device, because you may be experiencing some of the loss in power if you get the cheaper batteries, just like with the regular disposable batteries. You may also want to keep this in mind. Rechargeable batteries have a shelf life as well. They're only meant to last so long, and they're only meant to be recharged but so many times. So if you find yourself constantly losing power quickly, you may need to go ahead and replace those batteries. Now before we were blessed with the lithium-ion rechargeable batteries, we had to settle for the nickel or nickel-cadmium batteries. And I know a lot of devices still use those, and you may have a camera that has a nickel-cadmium battery in it right now. But the problem with these is they were really susceptible to the memory drain with your battery. And what that is when you go to charge your battery up, you only use half of it or 3/4 of it, and you plug it in and try to recharge it again. Well, what's happening is the battery is actually tricked into thinking it's only got some of its life, so when you recharge it, the battery thinks it's at full capacity, and it's really not. And over the course of doing this several times, and after years and years and years, what's going to happen is you're going to lower the life of your battery. So you really want to avoid doing that. Make sure that you fully drain the batteries before you recharge them with the nickel cadmium. And also with the lithium ion batteries, you want to make sure to drain those as well, because you still could be experiencing this effect even with the new lithium ion batteries. Now before we assume that our battery drain is due to a ghost or spirit draining the energy to manifest, we need to use what we've learned today and try to factor that into what's going on. Make sure we're using good batteries. Make sure that our batteries are charged the way they're supposed to be, and you're really going to limit the amount of battery drains that you and your team will have. I want to thank you for watching our videos. Don't forget to check out our website, www.viperparanormal.com. Please comment, rate, share these videos, and don't forget to subscribe.